Speaking of human-based research is a unique public relations business, one that is urgently needed by pioneers in the medical research world to be a catalyst in the reform of medical research. According to scientists and doctors around the world, current medical research is broke. Despite billions of pounds of funding every year, there are no breakthrough discovery cures for cancer and other chronic diseases, all of which are on the rise. Why is that? Here's what the scientists say.
Tremendous advances have been made in understanding the biology of cancer, but treatment options have not kept pace with the biologic understanding. One of the reasons is that our system for developing drugs for cancer is essentially broke.
One of the things that pharmaceutical industry is finding is that they're having very high failure rates because the animal models being used to develop these drugs are not predictive of the human situation.
If I were to tell my students to design their experiments based on failure, it really wouldn't work so well. That is the way the industry works around the world.
In reality, there is a general agreement in the biomedical sciences and in the pharmaceutical community that animal models have no predictive value whatsoever for human response to drugs and disease.
We can and should do better.
Scientists blame the delay in discovering cures on the continued traditional research practice of trying to apply data from animal experiments to humans, which they say ignores the evidence of modern science that animals don't respond to diseases and drugs the same way as humans, so the data is flawed. The editor of the British Medical Journal reports on this. So on the one hand, billions of pounds every year is wasted funding a traditional research method that science has proved ineffective. On the other hand, pioneering researchers developing and using effective human-relevant methods like organs on a chip and human tissue tests are starved of funding. And yet these are the very pioneers who are capable of making cures a reality for patients. The solution is to redirect billions of wasted pounds away from the ineffective method to pioneering human-based research that is effective. How can my PR business get modern researchers funding? Well, scientists aren't good at promoting themselves in the media. They work intensively in laboratories with small teams running small businesses, but they need to make a lot of noise in the media about what they're achieving to attract mass public and private investor attention. Speaking of human-based research is the answer. By promoting human-relevant researchers, their stories, their breakthroughs, and representing them in the media. We'll also offer media coaching and training in fund pitching. The overarching vision benefits all by being a catalyst to oust outdated dogma that currently fails patients, by ending unnecessary suffering of animal experiments that don't produce useful data for human medicine, and by spurring the UK biosciences industry to be the world leader for pioneering 21st century medical research. It's a win-win. Good for humans, good for animals, and good for the UK economy.